You are Patricia Mendoza. Ms. Mendoza, you're charged with assault, bodily injury. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. That remains silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, man.
Thank you, Your Honor. On March 16, 2024, Harris County Sheriff's Office was dispatched to 514 Salma Court in Harris County, Texas for an assault call. The complaining witness reported that her ex-boyfriend's new girlfriend, the defendant, assaulted her. The complaining witness got an email from her ex asking her to meet at his workplace in Harris County, Texas. The complaining witness arrived, and as she was getting out of her vehicle, the defendant ran up to her and started grabbing the complaining witness by the hair and punching her, causing her pain. The complaining witness was trying to clarify that her ex contacted her, but the defendant continued to strike the complaining witness and reportedly tried to gouge her eyes out. The complaining witness's ex-boyfriend was a witness and pulled the defendant off of the complaining witness. The defendant was trying to contact more people to show up and also assault the complaining witness.
Any alcohol or anything like that play a factor in it?
Judge, there's no indication of that, and I've spoke to the complaining witness and it didn't seem so either.
We have a prior assault from 2 years ago, give or take. Any of these same parties alleged in this prior assault?
Different witnesses, judge, and complainants.
Okay, Ms. Mendoza, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case and not to be in possession of any weapons. You're also not allowed to have contact with the other witness in this case as well. If I find that you do, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds for you. I will protect my county at all costs. Do you understand?
Yes, but
This is not a negotiation. I'm ordering you not to have any contact with either of these people. Do you understand?
yes, it's just that he's my husband though, the witness.
How old are you, man?
I'm 25.
You have the ability to hire a lawyer.
No.
I can have you fill out an application. I'll take a look to see whether you're qualifying. I need to know everything about you, man. I need to know how much money you make, how much money you have coming in, money in the bank, cars, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and then we'll take a look to see whether you qualify. He's going to give you an application. I'm going to have you sign a receipt with Victoria. We'll have you take your seat in the jury box while we get your bond conditions created. Do not leave until you sign our bond conditions. All right, Deputy Miranda will give you the application.
Well, the defendant, sir, can I express some of the concerns from the complaining witness?
Okay, hold on, ma'am.
Hold on. I just want to make the court aware of everything that's going on. Thank you, Judge.
Yes, of course.
I spoke to her yesterday, and she told me that the defendant's family contacts her regularly, and that the defendant contacted the complaining witness trying to get her to sign an affidavit of non-prosecution. I believe that the defendant's boyfriend's mother that's been contacting her is one of her concerns. And she states that she's been threatened civil legal action if she doesn't drop this lawsuit. And the defendant's boyfriend's mom, she relayed to me, actually reached back out to her while I was on the phone with her yesterday and was attempting to contact her. And she wanted me to get with her after this court date.
You are not allowed to have any contact, and I don't want to hear that any other parties are trying to make contact with the complaining witness. If I find that they do, it is you that will be in jail at a very high bond. Do you understand? So reach out to the complaining witness, let them know if they hear anything else from any other persons, then we'll bring them back and then we'll take care of it.
Judge, thank you.
Please, and then if you can file all those conditions.
Yes.
Good morning, Mr. Quinn.
This is the one with the decision making.
Okay.
So tell me what happened.
So on the paperwork, he's doing the 6 month severity. But on the paperwork, it's listed as thinking for a change, but our agreement is a decision making force.
Okay, so you want me to just change it here?
Correct.
You got to barcode it first, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's fine. Well,
Okay.
or do you want to you don't want to refile it? You want me to cross it out?
Is that okay, Your Honor?
I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever's easier.
Just as long as we're all on the same page.
Yeah, I mean, that's just, it's really. Okay, so Mr. Quinn, you're charged with evading arrest or detention. You worked out an agreement. They're offering you 6 month deferred. This is a great deal where if you complete it successfully, you do not end up with a conviction on your record. But you can't force people to dismiss. It doesn't get dismissed. You merely take a probation. If you complete it successfully, you don't end up with a conviction. You need to understand that you give up nearly every right known to man entering into this agreement. And if you violate this agreement by any way, you're looking at a year in jail. Do you understand? If you test positive for dope or alcohol, don't do your classes on time, pick up a new case, don't show up to your meetings. Do you understand?
Sir.
Can you get this done?
Yes, sir.
For you to complete this successfully, you must do an effective decision-making class, a gun safety class, 30 hours of community service, and forfeiture of the weapon. You have a car.
No.
How are you going to do the community service? How are you going to do the, you have an ability to get around?
Yes, sir.
Because understand, you can't just say, you know what, I don't have a ride, I can't do anything. You have someone else doing a ton of jail time because of that. And you still get this done.
And if I may, Judge, the pastor from Mr. Quinn's church is here with him today. So
Okay?
I don't want to speak on behalf of him, but I think that he will help facilitate getting this done.
Where mom and dad?
My mom, she outside with the baby.
She what?
She outside downstairs.
She's here.
She's here.
She's in your life.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm going to waive all your fees. It's never about the money. It's about you showing up, doing what you say you're going to do, and don't test positive. The number one thing I would say people get racked up on here is because they continue to test positive. They think that they can just continue to use. You're going to get tested. Know this now. You understand?
Sir.
You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accuser, right to be arraigned, charged right to an open court. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you enter into this agreement, you were stuck with this until you complete it or it gets revoked. I'll make you a deal. If you do well, you don't test positive, get your stuff done quick. I'll take you off in half the time as a reward. But if you do well, wrong, do you understand?
Sir.
All right, good luck.
Thank you. Excuse me.
Please.